What's up, y'all? This is DJ Kenny Parker, DJ and producer for Boogie Down Productions / KRS-One, and today I'm back with another video. Now, today's video is part of the series that I call Epic Fails, when hip-hop goes wrong. Today's story, y'all, is about my main man, the diabolical Biz Markie. Rest in peace, my brother. For those of you that are familiar with my channel, and for those that have not checked it out, I did a whole breakdown on this channel about 2 years ago called BDP versus Biz Markie. And I go into the whole breakdown about BDP's interaction with Biz Markie during the infamous Juice Crew Wars. For those of you guys that haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description below. Also in this video, I tell a few of what I consider to be very funny Biz Markie stories involving me and him hanging out. Also, if you guys do not have the book yet, my brother's name is Kenny, The True Origin Story of BDP. I'll go into great detail about Chris, BDP, my history in BDP, and my relationship with the diabolical Biz Markie, and there's some funny stories in that book as well. But I was thinking the other day, as I was thinking about Biz, I've actually got more funny stories pertaining to Biz, and I want to tell a couple of them today. Story number one goes back to the year of 1989. Now, I was part of Boogie Down Productions, but I was not yet the DJ of Boogie Down Productions. I was a production assistant working under the legendary sound engineer, Rebecca Foster. BDP had just did a show in, I believe, North Carolina. On the bill, among other groups, was Boogie Down Productions, the late, great Heavy D, and Biz Markie. So after the show, a few of us was chilling back at the hotel in the lobby. There were dozens of people in the lobby from all over the place. Some that went to the concert, some that were staying at the hotel, some that were part of the groups. People were everywhere. So I was sitting there talking to Biz. And all of these people kept coming up to Biz, asking for autographs, asking for pictures. So Biz was like, yo, let's go up to the room so we could talk a little better without people interrupting us. So I was like, all right, bet. So we jumped on the elevator, me and Biz. All of a sudden, 12 girls came running onto the elevator, chasing Biz, and piled onto the elevator, and the elevator door closed. So now there's 14 of us on this elevator. Me, Biz, and 12 girls. The elevator starts going up. When it got to the second floor, all of a sudden you felt this rumble, boom, and the elevator fell. Pew, like that. Everybody in the elevator screamed, oh! Elevator fell, then there was another boom at the bottom. Luckily for us, y'all, there seemed to be some kind of hydraulic spring at the bottom of the elevator shaft, I think in like the basement, that caught the elevator and bounced it. And since we were only coming from, say, the second floor, which was still dangerous, luckily nobody was hurt. So now after we gathered our composure, we were like, oh man, this is a real emergency. We gotta get out of here. Girls are still screaming. So we rang the emergency bell on the elevator, and eventually, after seemed like 10, 15 minutes, you could see the elevator doors prying open. Maintenance had pried open the elevator door. But when we looked out, we were halfway between the basement and the first floor. So you could kind of see up at the lobby, but we were halfway up. So the maintenance people were like, do not try to climb out, because if you try to climb out and the elevator is still halfway, if it drops anymore, it will cut you in half. So they said, do not try to climb out. We got a team from the elevator company on the way. Y'all guys just stay tight. So we were like, oh man, we don't know how long we're gonna be in this elevator now. So while we're waiting, now police have come, you could see ambulances, you could see a lot of commotion in the lobby. We're stuck in the elevator. Out of nowhere, Biz Markie, in true Biz fashion, starts making jokes. He just started looking at the girls in the elevator, and he just started going in on them one by one. He was like, look at you, what's up with your weave? And then he just started killing one girl. Then he'll look at this girl, what's up with you? What's up with your shoes? Why are you laughing? And he'll just start killing this girl. Yo, it was so funny. Biz went through 12 girls on this elevator, destroying them. Yo, I was dying laughing. Needless to say, we were in this elevator for 2 hours, y'all, before the elevator repair company came, surveyed the situation, and decided that it was safe for us to climb out. So it was like, okay, we're gonna let you guys climb out. The elevator stable. So we had to lift each girl out first, out the elevator. And then I can't remember if it was me or Biz that went last, but finally we all got out of the elevator 2 hours later. So to sum it up, me, Biz, and 12 girls was in an elevator that fell 2 stories. Thank goodness nobody was hurt, y'all. Story number 2 takes place in the year of 1992. As I mentioned in the BDP versus Biz Markie video, we did a show with Biz Markie in 1992. It was a KRS-One show at the Apollo Theater, and we had just did the Apollo a few months earlier. So we wanted to do something to give the crowd a little extra twist, and we was trying to figure out what could we do that would be dope, that would be different, that nobody had seen before. And Chris came up with the idea of I should bring out a special guest, not advertised on the bill, and have them go back to back with KRS song for song. So then we were thinking, who could we get to go back to back with KRS-One in 1992, who already had a huge catalog? So we're thinking, and all of a sudden somebody said, how about our friend Biz? Word. So we called up Biz and he was down. Needless to say, the show was off the hook. I had my own separate DJ setup. DJ Cool V had his own separate DJ setup. Shout out to my man DJ Cool V. KRS-One and Biz Markie went back to back, song for song. And I once asked Biz, what is the dopest show he ever did in his entire career? And he said that night at the Apollo that me and Chris went back to back, song for song, was the dopest show of his career. What I didn't tell you guys in that last BDP versus Biz video that I did was what happened after the show. After the show, y'all, me, Biz, a friend of mine named Dana, shout out to Dana, and a couple of other girls went to this diner on 23rd Street and 9th Avenue. Now, for those of you that hung out in New York late night, especially people that used to go to the tunnel, knows that everybody used to go to this diner on 23rd and 9th Street after the clubs. So me and Biz and our friends decided, let's go to this diner and get some food. By this point, it was about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. So Biz was driving a brand new car. I do believe it was a BMW, if I recall. Brand new 1992 BMW. So he was driving and we were following him. I was in my friend's car. One of the girls, she was driving. I can't remember the car, but it was an average car. And the 2 cars, we went to this diner and we parked literally across the street from the diner, a little down the block. Biz's car was first and the girls' cars were back to back on the street. We went into the diner about 1 o'clock in the morning And we stayed there eating, laughing, and talking till about 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning at this diner. It was a 24-hour diner. So when we were coming out the diner to go home, we noticed that somebody had broke into the car of one of the girls that we were with. Biz's brand new BMW was right there. Nobody touched the BMW. They only touched the girl's car. Now, inside the car, we had all left our bags. The girls had left their pocketbooks and stuff, and I left my record bag with the records from the show from the Apollo. Somebody broke in the car and stole only my record bag, nothing else. They didn't take the girls' pocketbooks. They didn't take nothing from the girl's car. They didn't touch Biz's car. All they did was take my record bag. Now, this wasn't an ordinary record bag. This record bag was part of a whole BDP suit that KRS-One had that he had wore in the video of Boogie Down Productions' You Must Learn. This suit had a whole jacket and pants and a bag, a record bag. KRS-One had gave me the record bag. Not only that, but inside the record bag was some special records for the show. Records that you could not find anymore. We had special imported reggae records from overseas that were not available in America that we used in our freestyle sessions. We had some special dub plates that we got made in Flatbush on Albemarle Road in Flatbush, a famous reggae studio there that Lauryn Hill also used in the Fugees to make dub plates. All of them got stolen. So now we're like, whoever this was that broke in this car must have stole this record bag, and they're gonna realize that there's nothing in there but records and headphones and needles, and they're probably gonna throw it somewhere or throw it in the garbage. We drove all around the area looking for this bag, could never find the bag, and never found out who did it. I had to go back to Chris and tell him that not only did I lose the record bag, but I lost the special BDP records. Of course, he was mad at me because, like I mentioned on this channel, Chris used to always get on me about hanging out too much. You hang out in the streets too much, which looking back on it was true. But at that time, I was a young 20-something-year-old. I wanted to be in these streets. But because I was in these streets, I ended up getting the BDP record bag and irreplaceable records stolen. Damn, I wish I still had that record bag. Anyway, y'all, if you enjoyed the stories, please give me a thumbs up, a like. Please subscribe to the channel. Once again, if you don't have the book, my brother's name is Kenny. The true origin story of BDP is packed with a lot of behind-the-scenes information. The link is in the description below, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.